All right. Well, welcome, guys. My name's Kyle, and I'm going to start. I probably won't be live streaming, but while we get this set up, I'll explain this. I think I'm going to start filming some sessions of online poker. So, WPT Gold has been shilled by Doug Polk, Rampage. I don't know if Bart is shilling it too. I don't know. I listen to a lot of or watch a lot of the poker YouTube stuff. So we're actually going to play some micro stakes, 5, 10, or 5 cent, 10 cent. They actually have a 5 cent ante, which is actually quite interesting. Puts a lot of dead money in the pot to start. So we're going to hop into, I guess, these two games here. Maybe we'll do 3 games. Um, but yeah, try to record these. Honestly, half of it is for myself, half of it is to see if anybody's entertained by it. Um, I play 1-3, and I've been trying to move up to 2-5. Of course, this one's already full, so we're gonna close that out. Did this one already fill up too? What the heck? These filled up so quickly. Okay, so we at least have this one. We're gonna just buy in. All right, we'll just. How much are we gonna do? We'll do 10. All right, so 100 big blinds. Um, and then we're gonna go into. I don't know why it said they were full. Oh, I'm in this hand. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, we're gonna check. What? Okay, where's our tables? I didn't even realize that we were already in a hand there somehow. All right, we're gonna go ahead and buy him for 10 here too. 100 big blinds, 100 big blinds. Try to talk through some of our thought process. Hope you guys enjoy it somewhat and see where it goes. So here, check. Yeah, we're just gonna check this through while we still get kind of situated here. Um, um, let's see. Check 3 big blinds. Yeah, I mean, we don't have much going on. We're gonna go ahead and fold this one. It is multi-way. While we get one more table set up. So we had what 84, 57 chips. So we've done 200 big blind buy-ins. We're gonna go ahead and fold that, and I mean obviously we'll just check there. And then let's see if we can find one more 5-10 table that we want to get on. Let's see if there's another 7-8 game, 7-8 handed game. Boom, boom, boom. I think we should be good now. Yeah, we're gonna fold that. We don't want that. What? Why do these games all say like 7 out of 8 and then they're full when I get to them? Really, every single one. How does this happen? Are these like old games? What is happening here? There we go. All right, we're gonna go 10. Confirm. Okay, so I think we're finally in. You can go to my games, and there we go. Okay, so we're in 3 games right now. 2 are 8-handed, and 1 is that. All right, finally. All right, 10-8 off. We're gonna fold that. 6-5. Fold that too. 7-4. We already folded. So the goal is to basically just start doing this. Little bit of history. I don't know if we'll go into it. Anyways, WPT Gold, basically they started running this stuff where it's sweepstakes. So when you go into the app, you can see here, you can basically buy stuff. And when you buy things, you are, we're going to fold 10-2 off. You're buying hand analysis, and then you're getting free chips. But the chips are what you play with. And as you can see, you're getting 20 chips for $20. Yeah, we're going to fold 7-6 suited. Every now and then, I do like to play these from an early position. It's probably terrible to do, but if you hit the flop and you don't have to call for that much, it's not. I think it's just a very sneaky hidden hand with those suited connectors. So, yeah, that's just one of the quirks. I know everybody kind of has their like favorite hands or favorite things to play, but probably terrible to do and is definitely not ideal. So we'll see how often we actually do it. 9-2 off. I mean, yeah, we're gonna check anytime we can. We flop. We flop top. We're just gonna check it, see what they do. Being out of position here, we'll probably just call them down. They shouldn't connect much with this. We're gonna stab at this with a 50% bet. They raise us immediately. Well, that either means they have a jack or they could be on a club draw, but I guess we'll call here. there's the ace. We love to see that. All right, we're going 50% pot. If they raise us, we're obviously just going to fold to anything. But if they had a jack, okay, yep, we're out here. Yeah, see, that gets, dangerous when you play those. It's just not really worth it. 3-5, going to fold. King 9, we're going to fold that even. 10 jack off, we're going to fold that. So the nice thing about WPT Gold, I know I get very distracted here, is that it is effectively cash game equivalent online, where historically where I live, I don't have access to online cash games. At least nothing that's legit. Poker Bros, I tried that once a long time ago. I didn't even like it. It just always seems so sketchy. You have to go through people to get money in and out of there. It makes no sense. So I didn't really like it. But WPT Gold, because they do the sweepstakes model, basically you're paying for the hand analysis and you're getting these free chips because they can't charge you for the chips. But the nice thing is that you can exchange or cash out the chips once you've played with them. So you can basically buy 20 chips for $20. So it's effectively 1-to-1. Once you've played with the chips, you can actually cash out. All right, so ace 10 off. We will play this just because we'll see. If it's one big blind, sometimes we'll call these just to see. I know, not the best idea. Set mine in on the button. Didn't hit anything. If it checks through, every now and then I'll stab at these because people are afraid of the ace kings, especially when they limp in. Backdoor straight draw. Sometimes we'll stab at these with 50% pot when it's this small of a pot and see if people call us. We'll check here. Ace 2. Yeah, I mean, we're missing everything here. We're going to go ahead and fold that one. Yeah, see, they folded. They call. Oh, they raised us. All right, yeah, we're going to fold that. And yeah, so back to trying to explain this stuff. Basically, this is the closest thing I have to online cash games, even though it's not technically cash games. It's a sweepstakes model. The thing with sweepstakes is that you can actually do mail-in stuff to get free chips. They make it as complicated and hard as possible. They may also never even see. This is where every now and then I'll call, but then the problem is you still have 3 people behind. So we're just gonna fold this. Here we're gonna fold. We're gonna see if we can switch tables. I'm gonna go ahead and stand up. Just switch tables here. I don't like when it gets down to two-way, just heads up poker. But it is kind of nice that they have these micro stakes that are available as cash games, and they actually go up pretty high. If you go to these high ones, I mean, they have $25.50. That's $25 and $50, even though they're sweepstakes coins. You know what I mean? So it is pretty crazy. It looks like they're heads-up games, which is actually really interesting. I didn't realize that. Anyways, yeah, so the micro stakes, the 5-10, I've been playing these over the last, I don't know, this past week basically is when I started playing these. So it's been pretty interesting. I think what I'm going to do is I actually bought in for $20 worth of chips. So I did buy 20 chips, and we're up to, 84 or whatever right now. Right here, yeah, we're going to fold that. Queen 3, we're going to fold that. And we're going to see if we can run up the 20 chips to 20 chips to 2,000 chips. So basically 100x. 2,000 chips would be $2,000 in theory. If you go to the wallet, you can exchange and quote unquote cash out. You have to connect a bank account, obviously. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get a third game going. I think what we'll try to do is maybe make a 30-minute video, try to talk out loud through my hands, but yeah, it's hard to, these games move so quickly that keeping track of the different people and things like that. But let's see if we can pop into sometimes I'll do the 6 out of 8 players and hope that the last seat fills in. It's just so annoying because these things constantly rotate. So, all right, here we go. We're back into 3 games, 9-3. Yeah, we're going to fold that. Queen 3 off, we folded. But yeah, it is quite nice because when you get up to 8-handed, I actually don't know exactly how the ante works, if the big blinds pay the ante or if they just pay the blinds. Either way, you basically have, yeah, we're going to fold that. You have what, $4, over $4 of dead money, including the blinds, in the pot to start. So it's not a bad setup, especially since we don't have online cash where I am. We got pocket 4s on the button. a lot of times with an initial raiser, especially early position, we'll just call these if nobody else raises, and just try to set mine. Yeah, I mean, under the gun, raising to 3 is fairly strong. But yeah, if we can't hit, it's usually not worth it. Yeah, we're gonna check fold here. 13, yeah. When we see that, we just kind of get out of the way. Early position raised, and then now you get a call or a raiser. You still have the blinds. He cold calls. Wow. Yep. See, this is the thing. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy shows up with pocket kings or pocket aces at this point. I have seen people get out of line on some of those early position things, but I'll have to play with them a little bit just to kind of see how they are. More pocket. Look at that. Pocket fours. Like, what are the odds? Like this, sometimes I will raise up here. We are playing shorter handed here, so I'll raise it up to 3 big blinds. Usually if someone re-raises me, 5. All right, yeah. I will still call this because he got out of the way. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. So they went 4.8. Yeah, they probably have like a higher pocket pair. We're actually going to call because there's still one behind us. Ace deuce off. Love to see that. Actually, don't love to see that. They could have pocket jacks, but still, when they raised, like, I could see them having ace king or something higher. We're going to call here with one being behind still. That king, I don't like that. I mean, man, if they actually have pocket kings, yeah, we're gonna call here. But wow, there we go. See, ace 8. That's actually insanely surprising. I thought they would at least have something. That's crazy. We're going to obviously check that. King 3 suited. I definitely did not expect them to show up there with, what do they have, like 8-9, 8-8 offsuit? Yeah. We're going to check here. We do have a nice straight draw and a backdoor or a flush draw with that 7, but having that low club is not ideal. We obviously just checked, so yeah, I mean, they could really have anything, but straight draw, flush draw, they could have any club, really. I mean, 8, 9, or 10. Yeah, we're not going to waste the 4 big blinds. Yeah, was not expecting that. But see, some of these games are nice and soft like that. Oh, man. They really could have, I mean, they could have the ace of clubs here. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them had the ace of clubs with something else, but no, we're not going to see. I don't pay to reveal hands. We're going to check fold 6, 7 off. Yeah, that set mine worked out beautifully. We had a nice, more than double up there because of that third player that was in for 2 of those streets. Yeah, 8, 7 off. We're going to fold that. King 7 off. We're going to fold that. Queen 5 off. Obviously going to fold that. Lots of folding, but it is nice that you can go 3 ways here. The way I've been playing these recently is stay fairly tight. Once you get a read on some players at a table, that's where I will start to play around with doing some of the folds. I do really like the Hungry Horse videos, so I start to try to think of like, if I do this, then what will they do here? 3-9, not playing that obviously. What would they do? So a lot of times it's like range them early. Don't deviate from how you range the players, and then especially when you've seen them turn over hands a couple times, you can definitely get bluffs through, but you got to pick your spots because there are a few loose people here. Like I've seen people pre-flop raise me like 4x and they have like jack 9 off, and I'm like, what is happening? It makes no sense. So you still get people that are out of line, even though it's somewhat real money, but it is pretty good. It's been pretty good. So we'll see if it stays that way. I think also to start, it's still pretty soft. So it's not like, crazy GTO solver people playing like 10 tables at a time type of folks, because they're probably still playing in other places. A lot of them probably play out of Nevada or states that have legal stuff, and so they're not on here. I would assume that a lot of people on here got some free chips just for like signing up. I don't remember how many free chips I got when I signed up, but yeah, I don't know. I had like 2 chips on here when I relogged in. I signed in like 2 months ago, and I joined again in the last week or so when I was looking. I haven't tried to cash out yet, so I am very curious to see kind of what will happen when I do actually go try to cash out. But I'd say overall it's been pretty good. I have enjoyed the 510 with the 5 ante. It's kind of nice. Good dead money. Gets definitely gets people to think. I think a little bit more because you can't just like bleed through chips just sitting there. As I said, pocket sevens, like here, I'll just call. A lot of times you'll get someone that will raise, these 7 big blinds. We'll see how many people call this. If we have one caller, every now and then 2 callers. All right. I mean, there's enough dead money there. You know what? We will set mine. We'll see. Nope, nothing, of course. There's an ace there. Going up against a set. I mean, obviously, we'll check it through. If nobody bets, maybe we'll stab at it. Oh, nope, definitely folding that. Yep, bet call, backdoor flush draw, flush gets there, yeah. Or not backdoor, but you know what I mean. There it is, one liner to a flush. Oof, that is a nice scare card though. 30, let's see if they call here. I'm actually really curious. I love seeing what people have, that way I can get a better idea of how to play at these different tables, start to get a read on some of the players. That flush was a good scare card for them to lead out there, though. We're going to fold that. But yeah, WPT Gold. I think as of right now, in most states, you can play this because it's a sweepstakes model. I am curious to see how long this sticks around for. Just due to the fact that, if it really takes enough share from the casinos, then we're definitely not playing King 8 off. If people will step in, like I think right now in Florida, it's technically legal, but the Seminole tribe or whatever, I think they have like I don't know if they own like all the rights to like poker rooms and stuff and casinos in Florida or how that works, but I wouldn't be surprised if they try to shut this down. I guess it really just depends on how much it infringes on their own business. I have seen people kind of talking about that in the past as well, just on like poker forums. But yeah, it is nice. You can play multi-handed here. I've actually really liked keeping it on the big blinds rather than the chips, but you can just click. You can just click on the chips, and it will switch to being 22 chips rather than 223 big blinds. The reason I like the big blinds is because I was actually playing some to start. I was playing some of the 1-2 and the 5-10s. And I would just leave it as big blinds, so it just mentally was the same for every game. Like, I didn't want to play a different level differently. Even though sometimes, especially like in person, the stakes definitely change. Like, you have more thinking players as you move up the stakes. Whereas at 1-2, 1-3, a lot of times you have a lot of wrecks that are just like playing very face up. They're literally just playing like their hand on the board. They're not playing their range versus your range and any of that stuff. But yeah, I mean, at least this way, it's like if I play for a half hour, it's almost like playing an hour and a half because you multiply by 3, right? You get 3 tables worth. But yeah, I mean, a lot of these offsuit cards, I still fold, staying pretty tight. The one thing that I never liked about when I was first trying to learn about poker and I was watching a lot of people like the vloggers, was that they would show like the good hands that they play, and I'm like, well, what are you doing with all the other hands? And then it took me a while to realize like, oh, you should be folding all these other hands, like 6-5 suited. Like you shouldn't really be playing these from under the gun, right? Every now and then on the button, like I said, I sometimes like to play these. It depends on the table. A lot of times, if nobody's raised pre-flop and there's like a couple limpers, sometimes I'll raise this to like 3 big blinds. And depending on the flop, if it's fairly static and you're in position and nobody takes a stab at it or nobody's doing a c-bet or whatever, donking or however you want to look at it, I'll just place a bet and can get a lot of people to fold. But a lot of that, I think, is just kind of like a gut feeling with the people that I'm playing with. If they fold to the aggression, especially on those like static boards with a high card, and I was the pre-flop raiser, then I can usually get away with it. So I'll like to try to exploit that a little bit. It's usually a good way, especially in these ante games, just to get like basically like 10 big blinds. So if you raise to 3, you get like, 3 or 4 callers. I mean, you're looking at like 15 to 20 big blinds of dead money pre-flop. Well, not dead money, but in the pot pre-flop. And then, if you just come out and be aggressive, even with like a 25% pot bet on the flop, if you get like a static board with like a single jack plus, it's a nice way to sometimes take down those pots depending on the table you're playing with. If you get somebody that calls or that leads out in front of you being in position, sometimes I'll just shut it down and fold it right away unless I have like a nice draw. But king queen off, yeah, we'll see how this goes. 3.5 big blinds, I don't know. I'm not in the big blind. But, we're going to fold 6-10. We'll see. Okay, we do have one caller here. Oh, yeah, we're going to get out of the way of this one. King, queen off. If they were suited, man, I don't know what I would do there, actually. Wow, yeah, see? This is the thing. Like, people get out of if somebody doesn't show up here with pocket aces, extremely surprised. If these were suited, I might have gotten in trouble here because I do get out of hand. Oh, man, 10 queen. Yeah, we're gonna fold that. We're gonna stay tight, guys. Queens, yep. Ace jack off and ace 10 off. Wow. Pocket queens is gonna take it down. Nobody. Oh, they had a flush. Okay. Yeah. That like when you see that, then you start to know like okay, like this. Well, this person's out, but this person was playing, ace jack off. They raised and they called, which is insane. So we're still recording. The camera overheated, so I'm gonna try to turn this back on. All right, we got the camera back on. It said it overheated, so I actually unplugged it. It was charging, but I have a full battery, so it's all good. We're gonna check here. 6 deuce, big blind. Yeah, we checked there, so we're gonna fold queen 3 off. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like you can see these people. Now I know. Like okay, this Jaybird person. Ace jack, they raised. What were they under the? Were they under the gun? Where's the button? No. They were okay. So yeah, we're gonna fold that. Where was that? I think small, big. They were what middle position for that hand? Yeah, that's a little dubious there. I don't know about that one. That's a questionable player right there. That's where sometimes I'll get a little too loose. And here, jack king off. I will call these. I probably shouldn't be, but yeah, we're gonna call 2 big blinds. And this, oh man, the camera keeps getting too hot. Well, we might have to leave that off for a minute, let it cool down. We're gonna fold 8-6 off. Man, we just completely whiffed that. So we're gonna check it. If it checks through, this is the other thing I'll do. I guess in the opposite end of things, I will, of course. Yep, we're gonna get squeezed out there. Wow, 9-10 jack queen king, unbelievable. Well, that sucks. Anyways, can't be results oriented. It's jack king off, and I mean, I also could get lucky here if somebody had a queen. Wow, if literally they have a queen or a 9, yep, all in. Like somebody must have a queen. Queen 7, queen jack. Wow. Yep, I would have gotten wrecked. See, that's why you just gotta stay disciplined. Get out of the way with your jack king. We're gonna fold ace 4 off under the gun. 4 king fold. Yeah, before I got completely off track, I never liked how people wouldn't show all their hands because I was like, well, what are you folding? Like, what hands are you maybe playing pre-flop but then folding very quickly? And I never got to see that. And so I feel like by doing this, it also just will help me stay more honest because people can comment. I keep looking at the camera even though it's off. I turn it back on. Let's see if this will work again. It keeps overheating. I don't know why. So we got to figure this out. I guess I've been recording for like 20 minutes now. We're gonna call here. I know this is probably pretty loose actually. Ace 10 off. Yeah. But I never liked not fully seeing everything that they were doing, right? I wanted to understand every hand they were folding. I wanted to know every hand they were playing and then folding to aggression, not necessarily every hand that they battled out, right? And so it was always hard to see. All right, yeah, we're gonna call at this point and see if we can completely whiffed. There are 2 jacks though, so less chances of people having jacks. We're gonna obviously fold 7 deuce off. We're gonna fold that. So back to this hand. If they don't stab at this, every now and then, I do like to. I will check this through because there is still one behind. Did it turn off? Oh no, it's still on. Yeah, see, they bet here, but they bet pretty small. What was that, 25, 30% pot or something? When it goes bet call, yeah, we're getting out of the way. There's not much here though. So with 2 other people, like one of them has to have a jack. If they don't, I would be surprised. So I guess we'll see. Maybe they can just double barrel here and get him to fold, but they didn't. And then the king comes. Yeah, it's just, you don't want to get into those situations. So I just try to get out of the way. Ooh, do they call? Do they raise? If they do something, I would assume they have a jack. Okay, they probably didn't. I don't know. I've never revealed hands. I've debated it though. Yeah, king queen off. Oh, man, this is. I don't think I should be playing this. I actually don't know. Like, am I supposed to be playing this under the gun? King queen off. King queen off on that table. Like, I feel like the ranges under the gun are so small. I shouldn't be playing that. Pocket 3s, obviously, I'm going to limp in here. Usually if it's like, yeah, I was about to say 4 or 5 big blinds or less, I'll make the call. So I guess we'll see how many people call, how much dead money there is. We're going to fold 9-7 off. They raise, they call. Yeah, we're not playing this one. They call. Sheesh. Yeah, we're going to let this one go. Pocket 3s. I mean, set mining is, I love set mining. But, and then they go all in. Yeah, see, like, I mean, again, if one of these 2 doesn't show up with pocket queens, kings, or aces, I mean, it's just kind of insane what some of these people play. Wow. I mean, if they don't have pocket aces, I am sometimes flabbergasted and so surprised with what these people play pre-flop to do this stuff. But at least we know we're going to see because they're all in, right? Yeah, we have to. They checked. I mean, if they don't bet here, why would they not bet? We're going to check fold that. All in. There we go. They called. Ace king. Not even suited. Wow. Okay, so they had ace king at least. They had pocket 7s. Why were they? They had no business being in here. The jack 8. Why were they in there? Jack 8 off. Like, yeah, this is part of the problem, right? You start to like deviate too much and then you lose money because people just get like crazy. I mean, this is technically 56 chips. Wait, am I down to 80 big blinds? Yeah. 561 big blinds. So is this 56? Yeah, this is $56. This is what? 100. This is $10, $55, $10, $8. Yep. But yeah, they just want a huge pot there. I mean, it is relatively low stakes, right? Like I'm risking $10 in each of these games, and you know I'm up to what $21 here. I'm down to 4 and down to 8. Fold 10-6. We're gonna fold 8-6 suited. But yeah, I don't know. I guess if there's camera's too hot yet again. I don't know why. We're gonna turn the camera off for a little bit. I mean, I guess it's been on for like what 20 minutes. Yeah, 8-3 off. We're gonna fold that. I guess we're up a little bit. 5 jack off. Ooh, my 8-6 full house would have been nice. But I mean, small blind. When people raise, like I'm not playing that pre-flop. Five king, offsuit. Every now and then I'll complete. I shouldn't be playing this ever, but when I'm closing the action, I mean, I know it's terrible to do this, like, and then obviously I completely whiff here, so it's like, why? 8-5, I'm obviously not going to waste another big blind. Yeah, I shouldn't be playing these. What am I even doing? You know, like this was just dumb. That was just a waste of an extra big blind there. I think this is, I guess this is one thing that I need to fix. Like when I'm up money, sometimes I do get loose, but like, I mean, king 4 off, like I should just never be playing that. It's just like the kicker is terrible if you even just hit a king. So if it's suited, I guess at least you can, you know, sometimes hit the second nut flush, but yeah, it's, if you really want to do things, but yeah, even queen 7 suited here, like I'm not playing, especially when there's people raising up. Like jack 9, I could squeeze, but I'm gonna fold this as well. I'm gonna stay tight. King 5, we're gonna fold that. Queen 7, yeah, we're not gonna play queen suited. Queen 7 suited. Ace 7 off, we're not gonna play that either. King 6, we're gonna fold. I don't know if I can use my computer's camera while screen recording. I don't know if that's possible. Yeah, I guess we'll have to see. I need to figure out. I have an Insta 360, but it seems like it just overheats. Ace 8 suited. I don't think I'm supposed to be playing these under the 1+1, but ace queen suited. I mean, we're kind of shorter handed here. Middle position. Sometimes I will play these. I mean, I definitely raise them up. You got to get people out if they're going to play. We'll see. Every now and then somebody's, like he'll call. But now we're in position. We have an ace. Like they checked us. So like we'll just like c-bet here. We're obviously not going to let it check through. This is a very static board. Like obviously he's not calling unless he has an ace. So then you're really just playing for who has the better kicker. Yeah, 8-5. We're going to fold that too. King 10 off under the gun. Nope. We're going to fold that. Be disciplined. 5 jack off. Didn't we have that like two or three hands ago here on the same table? Maybe I'll see if I can get like a streaming camera or something, right? I wonder actually if I take the battery out of the camera and I just put the charging cable in, if that will keep it from overheating. I need to figure that out. How do people stream without the camera overheating? Clearly I need to figure something out. I probably just need a camera that plugs directly into my computer. That way the computer's doing all the work. Actually writing, to the computer hard drive itself rather than to the camera's memory card. Yeah, we're going to fold jack 6 offsuit. It's all about the little wins, guys. It's all about the little wins, It does get boring when you have this like lull of downtime where like everybody's actually in a hand. 3-6. Yeah, not going to play that, unfortunately. Queen 4 off. We're going to fold that as well. Ace 4. Yeah, small blind. We're going to fold that. The issue with playing ace X, especially offsuit when they're low, is you're just never going to do well post flop. Like here, you just absolutely whiffed, and you have a terrible kicker to go along with it. So 2-9 off. We're going to fold that. Man, so many folds. That's where it gets boring. This is why I like the multi-handed, right? You don't have to wait for every single hand, right? You just keep getting dealt. 10 jack suited. All right, so this one, yeah, we'll definitely squeeze a little bit, I guess, depending on how out of line people get. We'll raise to 7. If people re-raise me, this is where this hand, I don't know if I would know exactly what to do. Oh wow, we like that. All right, we got top pair. I think we're gonna go ahead and we got check two, so we're gonna c-bet 25% of pot, see if they call. Yeah, when he's early position, I could see him having like ace X suited a lot of the time, which means he's just gonna whiff on this board, which sometimes they'll come along. So I do a small bet to try to get called with, and then yeah, see now he's just gonna fold when I do 50% pot. So yeah, you want to get a little bit of value, but it's a very static board there, so not much to go off of. Ace deuce. Yeah, I mean we'll definitely play this with just a limp in, kind of see what happens with everybody else. They raised to 5. Oh my gosh, yeah, I hate when this happens. You always get squeezed by those hands. 5 big blinds. Yeah, we're going to call. We're going to set mine. We're going to go ahead and say, oh, look at that. Look at that beauty. All right, we're going to fold this hand up here. We're going to play this. We're going to check because we're out of position. Let them lead out. If he bets, okay, 20 big blinds. Do we just go all in here? Yeah, we're just going to go all in. We're going to fast play this one. If they have pocket queens or nines, so be it. But yeah, see, he folded. Let's see if he calls. I mean, that's the thing. Like, you're really only going to get called here by that. I only had, 69 left, and he bet 20. I don't really want to see the other flush cards come out. I'd rather just get it in now. 9, 10. Yeah, so he had 9s. Oh, there we go. Look at that beauty. Yes. Love to see that. Yeah, see, that's where you fast play it. Love it. Love it. I figured somebody else probably had the pair. I was actually surprised that he didn't have the queen there. He would have ended up winning if he did have the queen there. Actually, no. Did I have a full house there? Didn't that second queen come out? Oh, man, I'm just looking at the other board and just blindly did that. Yeah, we're going to check that. It is nice that they have that feature there. That way I don't just blindly fold when I can check it. Yeah, we're gonna fold. Down here, 9, 10, jack, queen. Obviously, we're gonna check it through. Might be able to get some free money here if it checks through and we see a one big blind. I mean, oh yeah, we're gonna fold to that. If it was one big blind, I probably would have called that. I can't get away from those, open ender. But yeah, I mean, bet, raise, re-raise, like, oof, yeah. The flush gets there, and you got any 10. Yeah, that's where you got to raise up, right? You got to get people like me out of there so I don't randomly hit the straight. However, if I hit my straight and it was a club, you would have gotten paid off handsomely probably because it's hard to get away at that point. Yeah, queen deuce, fold. I mean, even here, like check fold, queen 3. Yeah, we're going to fold 5, 6 off, of course. All right, we'll see if the camera stays on for a few more minutes. We'll probably wrap up here in the next 10 minutes or so. We got some nice hands in. Obviously, it was pretty quick, but we had a double up here. We're up 60% down here, and then we're down on this table. So I haven't really hit anything over here. The set mining has been beautiful. King 7 suited in the small blind. We'll see how the bets go here. We might try to play this for 4 big blinds. Man, yeah. See, these are the hands where I shouldn't be playing them, but with one person, I'm going to call. I know I'm not defending the big blind, but there we go. Look at that. Look at that. That's beautiful. We're going to go ahead and actually donk because this is where we have the equity with the flush, and then it doesn't hit, and now we're going to check and give up because we had two callers. I'm sure one of them has a queen, and yeah, I mean, with two of them calling there, not worth it. See? And then the ace comes in. So, yeah. I'm very... Please call. I want to see what they have. I mean, I had the flush draw and bottom pair, but it's just obviously not strong enough. Here, under the gun, but... Yeah, I'm going to call one big blind. I know, I'm getting loose over here, but 34... Oh, he paid for more time. Wow. Look at that. Oh, man, they raised it up. Sheesh, he folded. We're going to call three big blinds. See, this is where I get out of hand. Oh, man, we have a gut shot. Sheesh. Yeah, they probably have like a pocket pair. Raising pre-flop. Yeah, see, this is where I get out of line. This is where I lose my money here, guys. Why am I playing these hands? Shouldn't be playing those hands. We know better. We know better than that. Jack 5, we're folding. Jack deuce, we're folding. Yeah, we need to get better with that. We need to tighten up some of those leaks. That's where we bleed money, right? So we're gonna clean it up. We're gonna clean it up. That's why I got you guys to hold me accountable, right? You can see all the leaks, all the things that I'm doing badly. But it's fun. I feel like also the fast play keeps me on my toes. Like I have to think about things faster, and then I can always reflect on it later by recording it. So even king 3 off. We're obviously check folding that. So and there's my dog. What's up, bud? Jack 10 off. Ooh. Do we play these? See, this is another thing. Like, do I play these? Like, I'm gonna call. We did it, guys. We called. All right. As long as it doesn't, nobody raises, nobody's looking to squeeze people late in position, all that stuff. You know, like, yeah, we're obviously gonna fold 8 deuce. Don't raise it up. Just check. Just check your option. Check it. Come on. There we go. We love to see the flops. See, but these are terrible. Like why am I playing these? This is just such a tricky spot now. This is why you shouldn't play Jack 10 off. But see, if it goes check check, we do have check bet. See, this is what's tough. Do I call this? I'm just gonna fold. I'm gonna get out of the way. This is why like I shouldn't put the money in pre-flop because I'm just gonna fold to that. Now this is one of those situations where if it goes check check check, a lot of times I will stab at it multi-way because I do have showdown value. There is some value there. Nobody has a king, but yeah, it's like I'm just lighting money on fire playing those hands, I guess. If it was suited and, you know, you hit a flush draw and you have, you know, middle pair, I think then that's probably where I should be playing those. So, yeah, the offsuit, I should probably just be cutting out, especially, I mean, I was in position of everybody there, but I was middle position, I think middle position on the table, or middle MP +1. I don't know what it was. Yeah, somewhere around there because I think, yeah, he was on the button. He was cut off, middle position. Yeah. Anywho, king 3, queen 6. Come on, let's get aces one time. One time before we end this. How long have we been recording here? We've been recording for almost, I think, a half hour, over a half hour. Ooh, 69. Guys, we got to play this, obviously. We have to play this hand. Oh, and then they squeeze. Sheesh. Jack king in the cutoff. Oh, king jack off. This is where sometimes I do play these. All right, we're gonna call because everybody folded. Oh, we hit middle pair. Do we donk? Okay, we're gonna fold that. We're gonna check our option here because we're out of position. We're actually gonna raise to 3 big blinds there. 7. Oh man, that's the thing. Why do I do this? We're just gonna fold to this. Yeah, I wasted 8 big blinds there. Anyways, I had to play it, and then we play it, and then we get middle middle pair there. But, oh, aces and kings. Oh, man. All right, it went check. We're going to fold 10-7 suited. See, it checks through. This is where we'll stab at this. If there's two aces on the board, obviously less odds of somebody else having it. I was the pre-flop raiser, so that is better chances that I have the ace. Now, if somebody calls me here, I'll be a little bit leery, but if they raise, I'm probably just folding right away because oh my gosh. Okay, we had two callers. Oh man, check. He bet into me. See, I think he has ace X, but he checked it in the beginning. I don't know if that's because it was multi-way. We're going to call, though. I mean, he could have a king, too. If it goes check, check, I could just check back. I feel like he's going to bet. If he's marginal, the problem is that he could have, like, king, queen. Oh, man. All right. I mean, it's still multi-way. I feel like I have to fold this, right? Like, am I ever good? I'm going to be a nit and fold this. I mean, it's multi-way. Like, he bet 2 streets in a row, multi-way with 2 callers. He has to have an ace, right? Like, I'm never good there. I don't know. Let me know. Look how short stacked I am, though. That's the other thing, right? If he's betting there for value, he's probably assuming that I have to call because I'm so short stacked, which means that he has the ace because he's probably thinking I'm going to call. So I also completely, just because of this multi-table stuff that I'm not used to, didn't realize how short stacked I was. I probably should have called there, just because of pot odds. I mean, he could have had king 10 or something, right? Like, I probably should have called that. Man, yeah, thinking back, actually, just with how big was that pot? I need to roll back the tape. We need to look at this hand again. Yeah, we're gonna fold the 4-9, 4-5. We're gonna fold. Oh man, yeah, I don't know. That might have been a pretty nitty fold there. I mean, there were 2 callers with ace, king. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? What should I have done on that hand? Yeah, that was an iffy spot. I mean, king, queen, king, jack. He definitely, I figured one of them would have definitely had a king if they didn't have an ace, but I put one of the 2 of them on an ace. If there's 2 other people, they both call me. I can see them checking an early position to trap people. But yeah, man, I don't know. All right, we got pocket 10s here. I think we'll wrap with this one. So maybe we'll play through to the button here. We'll play the button. Sometimes I like to play button and cutoff, so we'll play button and cutoff on this table. We'll play through to that here as well, and then we'll call it a wrap. So here we're gonna go to 4 big blinds because we're in the small blind with pocket 10s. So we definitely want to get some of this dead money out of there. See, it's a 12. We're gonna fold 4-10. Obviously, we're gonna fold jack 4. All right, we got 1 caller. Nice. All right, so we're just gonna lead this as well. I mean, it's just there's nothing here, right? Now that does scare me a little bit when these people call this. We're gonna check to see what they have here. Now, if he still bets into me, we'll see. See, he checked back. If they check back, obviously we're gonna get some value on the river. 23. Wow. I don't know. On the button, I mean, what do they have here? Do they have a draw? We're going to call 3 big blinds. All right, we're going to call. I just don't know what they have there. We're going to check the 5s. We're going to go ahead and check and see what they do here. Maybe we'll raise them, check raise them. I mean, if they had an ace, they would need ace 5 to hit the straight. We're just going to go, we're going for it on this hand. Yeah, we're going to fold that. Wow, they called. Wow. Ace 5. Wow. All right, well, I guess we're out on this table. Yeah, we're going to call this. Shit, I wasn't even paying attention up here. Man, well, that's brutal. All right, well, we lost 10 chips there. Luckily, we doubled up here. We're going to go ahead and fold. Let's see if we can win it back right now. King Jack suited. We're going to fold that hand. We're just going to call King Jack suited. Look at that. I mean, this is not an ideal flop for us. Man, were they the pre-flop raiser? They were small blind. I mean, they could have like ace. They could have a flush here. They could have like, I don't know, ace king, ace queen with the club and be on a flush draw. They could also have ace jack. I mean, they could have a jack, right? So the question is, do they have an ace jack? Do they actually have ace x suited? I mean, it's definitely in the range. We're unfortunately gonna call. We probably shouldn't be calling there. I don't know. Should we be calling there? Let's see if they. Wow, they're double barreling there. Oh man. I mean, we're just punting away our stacks now. Do they have the flush? Do you think they have the flush? I don't know. I don't know. Was that a nitty fold? Let's pay for it. Ace jack. Look at that. Ace of clubs. Yeah. See, they had a better kicker. Worth it. That was worth it for the reveal, guys. I'm happy I folded there. I did have a good read. Ace X with a club. Did I say that? I don't know if I said that out loud. I figured they had a jack. Ace jack off. That was, I think, one of the hands I hopefully said out loud. They were on a flush draw. Unfortunately, we didn't have any clubs. They had a better kicker than us. Yeah, I mean, they were just ahead of us the whole way. The only way we could have won that hand was with a king, I think. Man, I'm glad I folded that one. Yeah, I said we were going to end it, but now I'm playing a few more because I hate being down money. I mean, we lost, 2 buy-ins? We're only up 67. Hey, you win some, you lose some. I mean, we are up from the pocket aces. I'm glad we kept playing, guys. All right. Going out on a high note. Do we re-raise it? Yeah, we're going to re-raise it. We're going to go 3x. We're going to go to 9 big blinds. Let's see what happens here. Sometimes I like to call in these games because I feel like it's just so obvious. There's such a little, 3-betting, 4-bet. Like, there's such a small amount of that. Oh, man, does he have pocket jack? See, that's what always scares me in these games. We're just going to call here because there is one behind. All right, we do like that card. Yeah, we're just going to barrel here. 75%. Come on, let's get it in. There we go. He folded. All right, love to see it. We're back up to doubling up on that table, so that's good. Jack 4 suited. Yeah, we're going to fold that. All right, I think we're going to stand up. All right, well, we're down a couple bucks. We're going to go ahead and stand up here too. So what do we have? Yeah, we unfortunately lost 10 chips this time. But yeah, leave some comments. Let me know if there's hands I should have played differently. I'm sure there was a lot I should have played differently. So yeah, I think I just need to tighten up my game a little bit. I play a little bit loose under the gun +1 every now and then. I think same probably with my small blind and big blind stuff. But yeah, WPT Gold. Let me know if you guys are playing it. But pretty cool format. They kind of found the loophole with the sweepstakes setup. So yeah, we bought them for $20. We've run it up to 74 chips so far, so 20 chips well, we had 22 chips because I had 2 chips just from signing up, I think, a while ago. So yeah, we run it from 22 to 74 so far. Let's see if we can get to how long it takes to get to 2,000 chips. Hopefully we don't have to rebuy, but we probably will. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Leave any comments on the hands, and yeah, we'll try to get maybe like 2 or 3 of these videos out a week if I can play and sort of live film and talk about my hands while I'm playing. But thanks for watching, guys.